Everyone's talking about AI like it's a productivity tool, something that helps you write emails, generate images, plan your week. That's not what governments are losing sleep over, not even close. What they're worried about is far simpler and far more terrifying. Whoever builds the most powerful AI first controls everything that comes after it. Military decisions, economic systems, the flow of information, the outcome of elections, everything. This isn't a technology race, it's a power race. And it started years ago. To understand what's happening, you have to understand the three things AI can do that no weapon in history could. It can think faster than any human, it can operate without emotion or hesitation, and it can scale infinitely. One algorithm can make 1,000,000 decisions simultaneously. No army, no bureaucracy, no government has ever been able to do that. That changes everything about how power works. The United States currently leads in raw AI capability. The major frontier models, the most advanced chips, the dominant cloud infrastructure, it's mostly American. Companies like Google, Microsoft, and OpenAI sit at the center of a technological ecosystem that the US government is now treating as a national security asset. In 2022, the US imposed sweeping export controls on advanced semiconductors to China. The logic was straightforward. If you can't get the chips, you can't train the models. It was the first time in modern history a government explicitly tried to slow down another country's technological development. That is not a trade dispute. That is an act of strategic containment. China's response was not panic, it was acceleration. Beijing has had a national AI strategy since 2017 with a clear target: global AI leadership by 2030. The government invested heavily in domestic chip manufacturing, poured resources into AI research institutions, and leveraged something the US cannot replicate: access to the largest pool of data in the world. 1.4 billion people generating data inside a system with minimal privacy restrictions. For training AI models, data is everything. China also has a structural advantage that rarely gets discussed. In China, there is no meaningful distinction between a private tech company and the state. When the government needs access to what Alibaba, Baidu, or Huawei has built, it gets it. In the US, that relationship is far more complicated. That distinction matters enormously in a race where speed and coordination determine the outcome. Meanwhile, Europe finds itself in an uncomfortable position. It has the regulatory ambition. The EU AI Act is the most comprehensive AI regulation in the world, but it lacks the technological firepower to compete at the frontier. Europe is setting the rules for a game it is not winning, and every other nation on Earth is being forced into a binary choice. Build your digital infrastructure on American platforms or Chinese ones. That choice determines who has access to your data, your communications, and eventually your decision-making systems. It is sovereignty measured in servers. Here's what makes all of this more dangerous than the nuclear arms race. Nuclear weapons are physical. You can count them. You can inspect them. You can put a treaty on them and have inspectors verify compliance. The entire architecture of nuclear deterrence, mutually assured destruction, arms control agreements, red phone diplomacy, was built around the fact that these weapons are visible, countable, and slow to deploy. AI is none of those things. It is invisible. It evolves continuously. It can be copied, modified, and deployed at the speed of software. There is no inspector on the ground for an algorithm. There is no way to verify what a model is capable of until it does something. And unlike a nuclear warhead sitting in a silo, AI is already being used. In drone targeting systems, in cyber operations, in surveillance infrastructure, in information warfare. Right now, today, there is no Cold War standoff with AI. The weapons are already active. The hardest part of this to sit with is that nobody made a single decision to start this race. There was no declaration, no ultimatum, no moment where the world chose to hand its most consequential decisions to machines that no single government fully controls. It happened through thousands of smaller decisions made by engineers, executives, and policymakers who were each individually rational but collectively building something none of them fully understood. We are not heading toward an AI arms race. We are already inside one. The question is not whether AI will reshape the global order. It already is. The question is whether the institutions we have, governments, international bodies, legal systems, can move fast enough to shape how that happens, or whether the technology simply outpaces every attempt to govern it. That question does not have a comfortable answer right now.